As I was looking through my stash in the last couple of weeks, I found some old scrapbooking chipboard letters and wanted to do something with them. I had seen a long time ago an assemblage piece that used something similar, and so it sparked my imagination, or I should say they sparked my imagination, and that's what I'm going to attempt to do here. Today. I'm super excited about this background that I came up with. I just took a bunch of my modeling paste and I used that that I've showed you a million times, that I used the DAP. I'll insert a picture here so you know what I use. Anyway, I just took some regular printer paper and in a word processing program. I did this a long time ago and typed out a bunch of the Psalms that I like, and then I just changed the font. I believe this one is Mr. de Havilland that I got off of DeFont or one of those free font websites. Anyway, but what I'm just wetting my strips of paper first so that they're malleable, and because I don't want them to be perfectly flat and straight. And I'm just pushing them down into my paste and then kind of smoothing the sides a little bit, but I don't want it too smooth. I want it to be rough, and yeah. While my canvas is drying, I've got my little bags of scrapbooking letters, and I'm going to go through it and decide what I want to use. I do want to use a few of these plastic letters. Can't keep a hold of the cup there. And so I'm just putting a little bit of gesso into my cup, and then I'm going to coat the letters with gesso before I paint them so that they will hopefully last. This is a long process because I want to make sure I've got every surface except the backs covered well with the gesso. So I'm really going to speed this up. I didn't feel like I had enough numbers, and I remember seeing somebody years ago using their Scan and Cut to cut out some numbers. So I went up, I thought, well, let's try it. So I went up and to my recycle bin and pulled out a good flat sheet of cardboard and really made sure I taped it down to my mat, raised my blade up and gave it a go, and it worked. It turned out really well, and all I did was do a few different styles of fonts that came with the program, and a few different sizes. I think it turned out really good. They're kind of flimsy around the edges, but it still worked. Now I'm going through with some regular black paint, acrylic paint, and just painting all of my letters that I think I'm going to use, and this really takes a long time. Once I got all my black letters painted, I had the idea of it might be fun to do just a few that were not black. Maybe a special word with a different look. So I started playing around. I didn't love the flat black after all, after all that work. So I decided to go in quickly and put a coat of gloss black on top of all of them. Yes, Again, took a long time. I decided to take some of that same psalm paper that I had and just tore that into pieces that would fit over, use some soft matte gel, and apply them to the letters. Once dry, I used my X-Acto knife. I couldn't decide which one, so I've just got a couple of new ones, so I'm trying this one out, and it works great, so I continue on with it. But cut these out. I wanted to have a glossy finish, so I'm using my Liquitex Gloss Medium to put a coat of that and make them shiny and finish them off. I'm going to do back and front. With my canvas dry, I'm just going in with a sanding block and some sandpaper and being very careful because that paper will just, I don't want to sand that off. So I'm going through just lightly to take off some of those higher edges and smooth it out just a bit. Not too much. I love the texture, but just a little bit. Then I brush away the dust and I'm going to put a nice coat of matte medium all over just to make sure it's good and sealed. Oop, I can see an edge I didn't get there. Now I'm going to grab my 2 baby wipes and go all over the canvas, kissing just barely to make sure my texture is all the same. Once my canvas is dry, I put out some different grays that I had mixed up already, and I'm just going to go around and with some water and put on and take off until I'm happy with it. And then I decided it might be fun to put a little metallic on, so I just got a little liner brush and I'm going to go through the ridges, kind of underneath mostly the ridges, and just put a little of that metallic here and there. It's finally time to start gluing my numbers and letters on. So I'm trying to figure out what way, some of these letters are really small, so I'm trying to figure out how to glue them on without being too messy. So I'm taking my beacon glue and putting some into this kind of syringe thing that I bought off of Amazon years ago and have never used one of them. Thank goodness they were very inexpensive. But today's the day I'm really going to get to try them out. First, I'm going to go through everything and kind of come up with a plan to get started. I'm always nervous at something like this because I'm not exactly sure what I'm doing, how I'm going to make it happen, and if it's going to work. But I find that if I just kind of come up with a plan and start, that it usually comes together. I love the beacon glue because it's very strong, but it's also fast grab and sets up quickly. But I also decided I want to do a little hot glue just to help ensure that everything sticks down and stays where I want it. I also decided to get out some thick tape, two-sided tape, to put on some of my edges where a letter might not fully touch the canvas because I've got it up too high, and then just to fill that space here and there. And it works great. Cleaning up the edges of my Exalt letters where the gloss medium went over. Well, that's my project. I hope this inspired you to go through your stash and see what you've got around that you can use in an assemblage piece. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you'll join me in my next one. Bye for now.